I don't know if anyone actually saw this over the weekend, but Army Hammer is supposedly someone who eats humans, which is just mind-blowing to think about it. And I was just like, what the hell is going on? Because obviously we've seen tons of stuff regarding leaked DMs from all kinds of celebrities. And then with this one, it was like, okay, so he looks at Texas Chainsaw. Okay, he's a bit like that then, is he? And obviously, you had some people who did come out trying to say that they were fake. But then Army Hammer kind of said, oh yeah, I'm dropping out of a film because of this. So to me, that shows that he did write him. So we're going to have a look at this. So Army Hammer, ex's Courtney, I can't say her surname, so I do apologise. He wanted to barbecue and eat me. Which is it's just mind-blowingly insane straight away, that is. So, oops, can we just drop some stuff? Army Hammer's latest ex-gal pal says their romance was like dating a wannabe Hannibal Lecter, as the Hollywood star idea of pillow talk was fantasizing about which of her body parts he'd like to roast and devour. Okie dokie. He said to me he wants to break my rib and barbecue and eat it, app founder Courtney said. I just thought to myself, that was weird. Which you'd be thinking, what the hell is going on? Because that there is just insane to even think about it. But you never think about it again, she said, of overlooking the odd behaviour at the time. He says, I want to take a bite out of you. If I had a little cut on my hand, he'd like suck it or lick it. That's about as weird as we got. The claims by Courtney, known for creating the on-demand glam app Flash, never heard of that, come days after Hammer became the centre of a viral cannibal fury when direct messages he allegedly sent describing fantasies went viral. In one, shared by an anonymous Instagram account, Hammer allegedly asked a pan if he could have one of her toes and keep it in his pocket, so he always has a piece of you in my possession. Yikes! In another, he allegedly described himself as 100% a cannibal. While Courtney, who dated Hammer from June to August, couldn't confirm whether those specific screenshots were legitimate, she said they were no surprise. He likes the idea of skin in his teeth. He must love devouring a chicken or a turkey leg, getting straight into it. Courtney, who spoke following a divorce filing by Hammer's estranged wife, Elizabeth Chambers, tells Page Six that her relationship with the Call Me By Your Name actor was not only weird and gross, but also emotionally this. He enters your life in such a big way. He's such a captivating person. He has such a presence and he's aware of that, and he uses it in such a way that most women would think, oh my gosh, this is amazing. But especially young women, that kind of the scary part. How good is he at active manipulation and making you feel like he's never felt this way about anybody? With the Rebecca's actor's overpowering presence, charm and charisma, Courtney found herself submitting to Hammer physically and emotionally, only to realise she was being manipulated and gaslit. He quickly grooms you in the relationship, she explained. He kind of captivates you, and while being charming, he's grooming you for these things that are darker and heavier and consuming. When I say consuming, I mean mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and just about everything else. Courtney claims Hammer is a chameleon who transforms into exactly who you need him to be. He sucks out all the goodness you have left. That's what he did to me. I gave and gave and gave until it hurt. Eventually, Hammer's behaviour turned obsessive, Courtney claims. At one point, she and Hammer spent 3 weeks together, 24/7, and when they weren't together, he would text her 100 times a day. Whew, man, that is a lot of tweets. I wasn't safe, she realised. He kind of makes it like, I'm going to teach you things. I'm smarter than you. But where was I during that, I knew the whole time. I had this gut feeling the whole time that he was not right. He's not well. The social network actor would drink and do this all the time, which left her feeling compromised and scared. He did some things with me that I wasn't comfortable with. For God knows what reason, he convinced me that those things were okay, and he put me in some dangerous situations where I was not okay. Where he was heavily drinking, I wasn't drinking that way, and it scared me. I didn't feel comfortable. She added, you end up doing things that are very out of character for you, including acts. She declined to name the acts because she didn't want them to overshadow the toll Armie Hammer's emotional this took on her. The Dallas-based business owner describes Hammer as one of the most broken people she's ever met. He makes you feel bad for him, and that's really scary and keeps you close to him. At one point, I found herself paying for everything, including gas for his truck, because he's allegedly broke. He needs you. He actually needs you. It's a full-time job when you're with him the way that I was. I was trying to catch my breath the entire time I was with him. You're drowning in this dark hole trying to stay afloat. There will be random moments of good that convince you to stay. Courtney said the relationship ended following an explosive fight and Armie Hammer left. He blows up and then he just walks away. Following their breakup, she found herself having panic attacks thinking about what she endured in their relationship. Her chest hurt and she struggled to breathe, so she checked herself into a 30-day partial hospitalization program for PTSD and trauma. I didn't want to carry that into my future. As a strong mental health advocate, I knew that this relationship was something I needed to process with help from people who specialize in trauma and PTSD. That's my experience. She says therapy was the key to her recovery. Therapy is really helping, and after healing from any kind of this, you don't want to take that trauma with you. A rep for Hammer didn't respond to numerous requests for comment, though he called the viral DM allegations bull, in response to news that he was stepping away from his rom-com with Jennifer Lopez, Shotgun Wedding. I'm not responding to these BS claims, but in light of the vicious and spurious online attacks against me, I cannot, in good conscience, leave my children for 4 months to shoot a film in the Dominican Republic. That's what he said to statement to page 6. Lionsgate is supporting me in this, and I'm grateful to them for that. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, to me, that just goes to show that his actual DMs that were leaked, I think they're true. That's me thinking that, and a lot of other people think that as well, just because, well, if you were going to fake DMs, you would come up with a bit more outlandish stuff than that, especially when you're trying to go against a celebrity, which, to be honest with you, he's not exactly a huge A-list megastar, is he? Obviously, his breakout film was meant to be The Lone Ranger, but that just bombed and flopped, even though I enjoyed The Lone Ranger. I think it's a good film. You know, again, it's all the Pirates of the Caribbean cast and everything else, so obviously I was going to enjoy it. But he didn't really captivate and pull you into the screen, as what a hero is meant to do. But with those DMs coming out, and then his past girlfriend coming out and saying, yeah, this doesn't surprise me, because this is exactly what happened. He was doing things like this to me, he was saying things to me, and I didn't find it surprising, which kind of blows a lot of people's minds, because when you think about it, and that is exactly what is being said, and she's like, oh yeah, it's not a surprise, yeah, I kind of knew that. That's just like, wow, okay, maybe he is nuts, you know? But again, no, ladies and gentlemen, if they weren't real, why would he drop out of a film? Again, he's saying it's to look after my kids. Well, his kids don't live with him. His kids live with his wife. And I'm pretty sure she has a house in a secluded community. And again, police are on the phone straight away. So I'm not too sure what's going on with all of this. And he's saying that he's been fighting for joint custody of their children since the divorce started. But he's also lowered the price on his home. From, I believe it was like 5.4 million when he put it on the market last year. He's now taken it down to over 800 grand less than that price. So obviously he's looking now for about 4.5 million. That is most likely due to her saying, yeah, he's broke. Maybe he is and he can't afford it. He's like, oh, I just need to sell the house. I just need to get money. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the Come Geek Some show. Like I said, my name is Dan. It's been great having you here on YouTube for the show. And if you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for future updates. And I'll see each and every one of you in the next video.